FC Barcelona transfer chaos is getting out of control. Marc Bernal reveals an emotional message about Hansi Flick, while Barça continue planning life after Robert Lewandowski with huge striker targets like Julian Alvarez, Joao Pedro and Harry Kane. At the same time, Barcelona are reportedly ready to spend up to €100 million plus to rebuild their attack, but competition from Atletico Madrid, Chelsea and Bayern Munich is making everything more complicated. And that's not all. A rising Premier League star Eli Jr. Krupi is also on Barcelona's radar, but Bournemouth are refusing to sell at any price. This video covers Marc Bernal's emotional Hansi Flick confession, Barcelona striker transfer targets, Julian Alvarez transfer twist, Joao Pedro and Harry Kane links, Lewandowski replacement plans, €100 million Barcelona rebuild strategy. Like, comment and subscribe for daily Barcelona transfer updates. I owe him my life. Barcelona midfielder makes heartfelt Hansi Flick confession. After spending much of the season fighting his way back from a devastating injury setback, Marc Bernal is now daring to dream again. The young Barcelona midfielder has enjoyed a strong end to the campaign and could yet receive the biggest reward of his career in the coming days. With the Spanish national team preparing to announce its final squad for the upcoming World Cup, Bernal remains in contention. The teenager is part of the extended shortlist prepared by Spain manager Luis de la Fuente, and despite fierce competition, the midfielder is refusing to lose hope. Would be an honor. The Barça talent admitted that wearing the Spain shirt at senior level remains one of his biggest ambitions. Of course I'd love to go, representing a country is the ultimate achievement for a footballer, and I haven't ruled myself out yet, he said as per Sport. The youngster also revealed that he is delaying any summer plans while waiting for the final decision from the Spain coach. For the moment, I'm not making any plans for the summer until the final squad is announced on Monday. Praise for Hansi Flick. The season has not been an easy one for Bernal. Just when he was beginning to establish himself in the first team under Hansi Flick, a serious knee injury stopped his momentum and kept him sidelined for almost a year. However, the midfielder has responded brilliantly in recent months, and his late-season performances have once again reminded many at Barcelona why the club rates him so highly. There is now a growing feeling that his opportunity with the senior national team may not be too far away. At the same time, Bernal, whose contract renewal is under consideration, also praised Flick for the trust he has shown him from the very beginning. I owe him my life. He put his faith in me when I was just 17 and I'll always be grateful to him, he noted. Lastly, despite Barcelona missing out on bigger success in Europe this season, the midfielder believes the squad is moving in the right direction. We're happy. We missed out on the Champions League by the narrowest of margins in a high-stakes tie against Atletico Madrid, but next year we're aiming for more, he concluded. Barcelona identify 3 blockbuster candidates to replace Lewandowski, €100 million kept aside. With Robert Lewandowski set to leave Barcelona, the Blaugrana have intensified their search for the striker expected to eventually lead the club's attack. In that sense, Mundo Deportivo says the Catalan Giants have 3 major names at the top of their shortlist, namely Julian Alvarez, Joao Pedro and Harry Kane. However, despite the quality of those options, Barcelona are aware that completing any of these operations will be extremely complicated. Each option is difficult to execute. Among the 3, Kane is viewed as the most difficult signing because the English striker continues to perform at an elite level with Bayern Munich. His current contract still runs until 2027, and although there has not yet been a renewal, the Bavarians remain in a very strong negotiating position. Because of that, Barcelona's main focus currently appears to be elsewhere. Barcelona see Julian Alvarez and Joao Pedro as the 2 most realistic options to replace Robert Lewandowski, even though signing either player would require a huge financial effort. The club has already started making contact through the players' agents to understand the situation, but no official bid has been sent to Atletico Madrid or Chelsea yet. Inside the club, Alvarez is clearly the dream target. Barcelona's sporting directors believe the Argentine striker would fit perfectly into Hansi Flick's attacking system because of his energy, movement and versatility. Even though Alvarez is tied to Atletico until 2030, Barça are encouraged by the fact that he has not completely ruled out leaving in the future. Reports suggest Barcelona could spend close to €100 million on a new striker this summer, but a lot will depend on whether Alvarez pushes for a transfer and whether Barcelona remains his preferred destination. At the same time, Joao Pedro has become an increasingly important option. Initially, he was not considered the first choice, but because the Alvarez deal looks complicated, Barcelona are now paying much more attention to the Brazilian forward and closely monitoring his situation at Chelsea. Chelsea are currently not interested in selling him, but Barcelona continue to maintain contact and monitor the situation closely. Barcelona plan to accelerate interest in top attacking target amid tense relationship with Simeone. In recent weeks, Barcelona appear to have pivoted their transfer policy, moving away from top target Julian Alvarez to focus on other attackers, including Joao Pedro. However, the intense speculation surrounding Alvarez's future this summer hasn't subsided, with Barcelona still in the mix to sign the Argentine international. Journalist Mateo Moreto has recently offered some key clarity in the Alvarez pursuit. Alvarez is determined to join Barcelona. Speaking to Catalunya Radio, Moreto has confirmed that Alvarez is keen on joining Barcelona, should he leave Atletico Madrid this summer. The Argentine international is not completely sure about his future at Atletico Madrid, especially given his relationship with Diego Simeone, which is quite tense at the moment. Simeone will continue at Atleti for another year, which may make things worse for Alvarez. The player, for his part, has informed everyone that if he joins another club, he would prefer staying in Spain, with Barcelona being his number one choice. In fact, Alvarez has sent a clear message: "If I leave Atletico Madrid, it will only be to Barcelona," Moreto claims. Will Barcelona make a move? Barcelona are stepping up their efforts to sign Julian Alvarez, with reports suggesting the club is ready to make contact with both his agent and Atletico Madrid to explore a possible deal. Even though Barcelona are trying to avoid a bidding war, they still see the Argentine striker as a serious long-term target and are preparing their strategy carefully. At the same time, competition for Alvarez is expected to be very tough, and the coming weeks could be very important in deciding his future, especially with the upcoming FIFA World Cup adding extra pressure to finalize plans early. Meanwhile, Barcelona are also looking at other attacking options. With Robert Lewandowski set to leave, the club is searching for a new top striker. Joao Pedro from Chelsea has become a key priority target, while Bournemouth's young forward Eli Jr. Krupi is also being monitored as a potential alternative. In short, Barcelona are actively planning a major rebuild in attack, balancing ambition with financial limits as they prepare for a crucial summer transfer window. Bournemouth will not sell Krupi for less than €90 million. Now, according to AS, a move for Krupi will not come cheap, as Bournemouth will not sell their young striker for anything less than €90 million. The Cherries signed Krupi from Lorient for a fee of €13 million in the winter window of 2025. The 19-year-old forward stayed in France for the second half of the 2024-25 season before arriving in England last summer. In his debut season, the teenage striker has impressed onlookers with 13 goals in 32 Premier League matches. It has put Krupi on the radars of several clubs, including Barcelona, but signing him will not be easy as Bournemouth will seek at least €90 million for the French prodigy. Bournemouth stand firm. Given that Krupi's contract runs until, Bournemouth are in a very strong position and are under no pressure to sell. Earlier this month, Bournemouth director Thiago Pinto made the club's stance clear as far as Krupi's future is concerned, saying, "Junior Krupi will not leave Bournemouth. His contract is still more than 4 years old, there is no termination clause and he will not go anywhere. We will not sell Krupi even if Barcelona or Liverpool offer €100 million. That's completely ruled out." Barcelona are entering a decisive transfer window that could completely reshape their future. With Lewandowski's departure opening a massive gap in attack, the club is now chasing elite strikers like Julian Alvarez and Joao Pedro, while also keeping backup options in mind. However, nothing will be easy. Financial pressure, tough negotiations, and competition from Europe's biggest clubs mean Barca must act smart, not just fast. One thing is clear: the next signing could define the next era of FC Barcelona. What do you think? Who should Barca sign as their next superstar striker?